Today we're going to do another board book art journal collage. Welcome back, friends. So today we're going to do another spread in my journal. So I'm going to be using this journal as a way to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and also maybe play with color and, use some of my jelly prints. So I just finished my second coat of gesso, and as soon as that is dry, we will collage. So I've selected some jelly prints, and these are some that I recently did and some that are from a while back. I also have this deli paper, black and white for contrast. The copy ones I'm not sure I'm going to use, but I'm pulling out things that I think might make a good color story. So there's some that these two I absolutely love, and I figure I have to use them today. This is a must. So I'm just going to dive right in, and I'm going to work quickly today. I'm going to try not to think too much. I just want to play, and I'm not really too worried about the finished product. I just want to be as free and not thinking as much as possible, if that makes any sense. And then, of course, see how it comes out. So I really like this paper. This was actually some paint that was left over on the plate that I picked up with some Titan Buff. And I really love that little bit of, grunge that's happening down at the bottom. And I just like the overall neutrality of this paper. I think it'll make a nice background. I'm using my catalyst wedge to really make sure that it's down there nice and flat. So this is one of my recent ones that I did. As a print itself, I mean, it's okay, but I love the design of these masks, and I think it's going to be beautiful as a background here. So don't you just love these mats that have the grid? I mean, they just make it so easy to make sure that you're, getting those right angles correctly. Everybody should have one. They're fantastic. And of course, they're self-healing mats, so you don't have to worry about ruining them. Although I paint on top of them though, and then the paint's not so easy to get off. But for collage purposes, it is great. And this one is two-sided, so when it gets too much paint on one side, I just flip it over. Okay, so this was literally a bunch of grunge on my plate, and I just picked it up. This was not what you would call a planned jelly print. This was, let's get the plate as clean as we can with some other paint. And it must have been during that same session that I was doing the Matisse-inspired masks, because the colors are a perfect match. Okay, so I'm just doing a rough trim just to not have so much paper hanging off. I will trim it neatly when we're finished. Okay, so I want to introduce especially a little bit more black. I really like that marker print. Plus it introduces another color as well. So I started out thinking I was going to use the one that I cut, and then for some reason I decided to use the leftover piece instead. Maybe I should have been thinking a little bit more. Like I said, I'm trying to do this without thinking too much. I am making sure things are straight, but I'm trying to just be a little bit more intuitive about what papers I'm using and where they should go. And I'm mixing it up a bit. Sorry, I'm off camera a little bit. There we go. I'm just making sure I'm going all the way to the edge. And I absolutely love this little print. I think again, well, no, it has marker on it, so it was probably a planned print that kind of went wrong. I was probably very disappointed in it, and yet when you cut like a little strip, it's beautiful. So that's why I say never throw anything out, because look at that, it's just gorgeous. But when you look at the print itself, it was not very good. And the colors were perfect. They marry well with the other colors on this page, or spread, I should say. So then I decided maybe I should use a little bit more of this on the other side, and I wanted a big circle. I have this box that I keep some photography stuff in, like little mics and stuff. So I just, you know, drew a little circle, and now I'm going to, I'm just going to cut it out with scissors, and then I'm going to probably trim it down to make it fit in that area a little bit better. So I'm just going to put little tick marks so I know where to cut. And I love that little sort of arc of orange towards the bottom of that circle. It's just perfect for this. So now I'm trying some other things. I'm trying to decide what's next. Okay, I need something a little stronger with color. And I found this sheet that I recently did with this bright green. So I'm cutting out just a couple of little circles that I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to use them yet, but we'll figure it out. I'm not supposed to be thinking. Okay, so then I decided that piece that I cut away, I really like that arc, so I'm going to bring that arc up to the upper left side. So it just introduces that arc shape again and kind of brings the eye around. We always, at least in the West, our eyes go from, you know, that upper left-hand corner, and they kind of go around in a circle. And so I think that that arc shape really does that. So then I decide, okay, it's time for some deli paper. And I love how this one has a lot of the black and white, and then it has this little strip of some of those bright green colors. So again, it's like pulling in some of that color. It even has a little bit of teal. It's hard to see. So I'm just marking where I think I should be starting that deli paper. And I love how you see the colors underneath through it. And I'm going to anchor that little circle right at the edge of that. So I'm happy so far, but I'm still on the left-hand side. It still needs some work. So I'm just going to use a little tiny piece of this. Originally I was thinking I'd go all the way across, but it really didn't need it. Oh, I guess I changed my mind. Okay, so then I decided I needed a bigger circle for the left-hand side, even though I had already cut out that little tiny circle. I wanted something to give balance. So I have a video coming out soon that shows you how I make that texture. I think it'll probably be coming out next week, but I had a lot of fun with that one. And I love that color. Okay, so now I'm just turning it over and I'm going to neaten up the edges and just get rid of all that excess paper. Okay, so I just want to mention that in the very beginning you saw that I was gessoing the pages, but what I didn't show was that I sanded it first. So these board books have a very glossy surface, so I sand them and rough them up a little bit, put 2 coats of gesso, and then your papers can be glued down and stick really well. So just give that a try. So I think I'm finished. I'm just kind of sitting here looking at it and thinking, am I finished? Yeah, I think I'm finished. So that's it for today. This was my second spread in my board book art journal. I plan to do a lot more collage in this journal, experimenting with new stencils and trying out new color combos. So I hope you'll join me. See you soon, and don't forget to create, inspire, and share. Take care. Bye-bye.